whenever you're ready, you can unmute your microphone on the controls there and start. It's the mic on-off left red button. There you go. I can't hear you. You want to push that in all the way? Something seems to be wrong. Let me come take a look.
Mine works.
Bill, you want to try talking in your microphone quick? I don't have any levels from you.
We on? All right. McFarland Spartan football is on the air. Good evening, Spartan Nation. And welcome to McFarland Spartan football, the spring edition 2021. It's Friday Night Lights, McFarland style. My name's Bill the Big K Cather. When I have the privilege and honor of volunteering this season, bringing you McFarland athletics at their best. We still okay? Oop. National anthem time. Okay. Back on the air? All right, we are back on the air. Again, my name is Bill Cather. Tonight I'll be doing the color commentary and giving you some stats in that. And I'll be joined momentarily by the golden voice of McFarland Athletics, Mr. John Wells, who will be doing the play-by-play for you tonight. I'm sure several of you down in Monroe will recognize John as a longtime Monroe resident, alumni, whatever. Anyways, and we are blessed now, McFarland, to have him be a part of our school system and broadcasts here. So, as Brent Musburger would say, you are looking live at Lloyd Schneider Stadium and William Rice Field here in McFarland, Wisconsin, on this Friday evening, March the 26th, I believe. Yep, 2021. Tonight's opponent, the Cheesemakers from Monroe, Wisconsin. They are coached by Mr. Troy Golombowski. Last year's record, 7-5. They lost in the third round of the playoffs last year, 52-14, to eventual state champion DeForest. For your McFarland Spartans, they are coached by Mr. Paul Ackley. Last year, 6-4, and they lost in the first round of the playoffs last year, also to DeForest, 49-7. So, looking forward to it. It's kind of hard to tell you what. We have nothing to go on except for to say that the Spartans are a pretty young squad. A lot of new players we're going to see on the field tonight, John. So I'm going to turn it over to you here, and we'll get underway in just a minute here with the opening kickoff.
Yeah, a lot of interesting things tonight. One, Monroe has played on this field more recently than McFarland has. Monroe's last game last year was against DeForest right here on the ice in McFarland. Of course, DeForest, a state championship team, but this is a very good Monroe football team tonight. Toby Golembeski, boy, he's got all the tricks up his sleeve, former coach at Orangeville High School, and his son, of course, the quarterback. And I believe his son Max and Tyler Matley are both headed over to Dubuque to play football next year. And I think it might be at Loras College, but Spartans are kind of untested. Very, very young group here.
Yep.
And we'll start it out. Matt Amrine, the senior, has the ball teed up. Beautiful night for football here in March.
Is, John. And the football season finally underway for the McFarland Spartans.
This is Matley on the return, and he'll be dropped out around the 25-yard line.
Yep. Zach Gunderson, we're going to be mentioning Zach's name all night tonight, John.
Zach Gunderson, pound for pound, one of the toughest kids you'll see. Hard-working kid.
Yep, 5'6", 160 pounds, but boy, he plays, wow, a whole lot bigger than that.
Again, Cheesemakers line up big JT Seagreaves, an outstanding athlete, number 11. It's going to be a tough matchup for the Spartans. Golembeski, the left-handed quarterback, he's number 4. Here's a handoff straight ahead. Ball carrier, I believe, is Rodabaugh. And that is just a gain of about 3. So that's Trevor Rodabaugh, 6'1", 177-pound senior for the Cheesemakers.
Last year, John, he ran the ball 261 times for 1,509 yards, 12 touchdowns, and fumbled only 1 time. So great junior season that he had last year.
And this is Matley, spins,
Boy,
down
nice
he goes.
Defense. Nice gang tackling that time. You know, the key to this wing tee is taught to me by some little special tips I got from assistant coach Pete Willickett, and that was said for the linebackers and that you're going to have to stay in your position. Don't stay in your lane. Don't get caught out of position, because this wing tee, there are always 3 options for ball carriers on every snap. So kind of stay at home.
Cheesemakers up to the line quickly. Watch Seagreaves on the right side. Again, it's 6'5". They're going to run the ball. And got a little bit of room. Nice tackle appended there. That was Keaton Sweeney, number 20, the ball carrier, the sophomore. Going to be out very close to the first down. Going to be short. I'm going to guess the Cheesemakers will go for it.
I think you're probably going to be right, John.
I was the voice of the Cheesemakers back in 06 and 07. This brings back a lot of memories. By the way, folks, this is the 4th or the 8th all-time meeting between these two teams. Monroe leads the series 4-3 back when they were in the Badger Conference. First back through, straight ahead yardage for the first down. That was Rodabaugh. Monroe's got some decent size up front.
Yeah, they do. Rodabaugh, again, was the workhorse last year for them, John.
Again, like I said, this will be a pretty skilled Monroe team, and playing that Rock Valley conference schedule this year. They've been in the Badger Conference since the Badger Conference was formed, I believe, back in the mid-50s.
They joined some of the Rock Valley teams here to put together this 5-game football season.
Oh, nice cut up by Matley. He'll get out near the 45-yard line. Tackled there by number 34, Paul Morris.
Yep, Matley, 6 foot, 165-pound senior. Last year, 113 carries, 539 yards, 3 touchdowns, and he fumbled only 1 time also, John.
Came out of that wing position.
Yep.
2nd down and 2. Monroe shifts. Golembeski under center. Handoff straight ahead. Rodabaugh, nice tackle right away. And I believe Gunderson was in there. Also number 20, Eric Anderson, a couple of seniors.
Yep, I'm going to mention right now the defense for McFarland. Front line, we have at defensive ends Elijah Newman and Jack O'Connor. Sitting at the nose guard, Zach Gunderson. Outside linebackers, Eric Anderson and Matt Amarine. And inside linebackers, Ethan Paulette and Paul Morris. I'll get to the cornerbacks and safeties next, John.
Third and short.
Want to make sure we mention as many names as we can here.
Golombeski going to throw, airing it out for Seagreaves. There he is. Oh, what a catch. Oh, hits the turf.
Boy, he stretched out that 6'5" frame.
He's an athlete. I saw him dunk a basketball in middle school. So
that could be a little intimidating.
Check out this replay. Nicely thrown ball by Golombeski. And, boy, almost a catch, but for the Spartans, that's a good thing.
And how neat is this? And look at the clarity of our picture as well as the ability to have replay like we have, John. This is wonderful. And, again, I'll be mentioning our staff here in just a minute also.
So 4th down and 1. Handoff. He's not going to get it.
They got it.
Spartan's going to come up with the stop.
That was Gunderson at the bottom of that pile.
Gunderson and also number 21, Elijah Newman, the 6'5", 175-pound senior.
They're going to measure, but, John, you can tell from here that that's the marker's beyond the 46-yard line.
Well,
it was.
We stopped speculating a number of years ago on these, but I thought he was clearly short. And he is. I mean, I think you kind of wasted the time of the
boy, that is a big
sideline guys bringing him out for that one, but big stop for the Spartans.
Absolutely, John. That's wow.
Here's their first try on the offense, and again, a lot of young players out here. Cooper Kennedy, number 2, the quarterback, 6'1", 180, and a sophomore. I see Dayton Gillen out there, number 8. Dayton 6'1", 180, and a sophomore. In the backfield, Brandon Dyer, 5'9", 205, and a sophomore. This is a young Spartans team who will turn around in a few months for the next season already.
Right.
So
here it comes. It's back trips to the tight end down the middle.
Oh, nice catch.
Nice catch.
Dayton Gillen. Nice job by Cooper Kennedy. Dayton was in my class back in 5th grade, one of the best athletes.
Yeah,
I remember as a 5th grader, and just keeps getting better at anything he does. So
that play right there, John, was the same play they used to open the game in 2018 to score a touchdown against East Troy in their undefeated season 2 years ago. So same play, going back in time. Successful again.
Going to the air again. Kennedy, that ball's tapped by Seagreaves. Again, JT at 6'6", 225 there. Puts that arm up in the air. You're talking way over 7 feet. So incomplete pass will bring up 2nd down and 10 with 7:43 to go here in the first quarter.
Boy, what a confidence booster, though, for Cooper Kennedy. First pass as a varsity quarterback complete.
He's got to keep her going here now.
Early confidence.
Dyer. Tackled in the backfield. Nice tackle there by number 23, Tucker Markham. He's a sophomore.
Leading tackler for Monroe coming back is Preston Ambrose. Last year he had 70 tackles. And following him, to no surprise, JT Seagraves at 62. So
now it's 3rd down. They're going to say that was a loss. So 3rd and 11 from the 31-yard line. Let's get a big play. Let's keep that ball here. Keep ball control. Kennedy, pass over here. It is caught, and that's to number 11, Jacob Semin. I believe Jacob's going to go to Carroll College next year.
Last year, he's caught 25 passes for 2 touchdowns.
I don't know if the replay confirmed a catch there or not, Bill, but we don't have that luxury on the field.
Get that off of there.
I don't know about that one, but hey, doesn't matter what we think.
It's in the books now, John.
And that pass is incomplete, so the ball's going to go over on down, so the Cheesemakers will take over.
So both teams kind of, John, in their initial offensive drives, put little mini drives together. They each, I believe had a first down or 2, and this will be a a case of just kind of feeling each other out. I know both teams have each had a scrimmage.
Yeah, Monroe actually scrimmaged at Pretzel Stadium in Freeport against New Glarus, and McFarland scrimmaged here against Mount Horeb Barneveld.
I knew I could lead into a little story there where you'd have the information.
A nice hole there for number 8, Rodabaugh.
So far, Spartan defense doing a nice job of staying at home, John, I would say. You know, again, it's hard to see depending upon the shiftiness of the quarterback and the ball handling as to who's coming out of there with that ball. So they've done a nice job so far staying at home.
6 minutes to go here in the first quarter. It is 2nd down and 8, ball at the 30-yard line of the Cheesemakers. Golombeski rolling out, looking, got a receiver open, caught by Matley, and he will cruise into the end zone for a 70-yard touchdown pass from Max Golombeski.
Wow. Boy, our defender just got up a little too soon on the jump, trying to knock that away.
Game of inches. Take a look at this replay. Credit to Golombeski. Golombeski rolls out to his left, throws cross field. And Matley there to pick it up and go in. Rodabaugh, number 8, will attempt the extra point here for the Cheesemakers. Ball placed. Line drive kick is no good. It's wide to the left. So 5:42 to go here in the first quarter. Cheesemakers strike first. They lead 6-0.
Yep, John, let me right now, I'm going to take a minute here to quick mention tonight's staff we have working with us. And I do want to, I'll be mentioning them a couple more times because they make our job so much easier, as you can see. Great graphics, replays, everything else. So tonight, we are all under the direction of the Queen, Stephanie Miller. And then also on the graphics right now, I can see we have the bearded wonder, the mastermind, Andrew Day. We also have assisting up here in the booth, Nick Boom Boom Boucher. And on the cameras, we have Patrick Hasty Tasty and BB Benny Vex. So again, we have the A+ crew here tonight and that, so we're just we're so thankful for them, John. They just do a wonderful job, and every year it seems like we come up with improved telecasts and everything else. So thanks a lot to all of you, and I want to make sure that we recognize those people because they're the ones that get here at 4 o'clock and do all the setup and everything else, and they'll be here. Probably they're the last ones here at night breaking everything down. So thanks a lot to all of you, and if you see these people around town, you know them and that, give them a big shout and a thank you.
So Rodabaugh to kick off. Short kick. Spartans let it bounce. That's never good. But, hey, get some running room. I believe that was at number 22. Aiden Irwin.
Yep.
Again, when they don't catch that first one and they let it go, and a live ball, it makes you a little nervous out there. So the Spartans will take over, 1st and 10 from their own 25 with 5:36 on the clock here in the first quarter. Yes, you're watching spring football in the abbreviated season. And again, they'll be right back here in a few months.
Right.
Starting the 2021 season. Pass out onto the flat to Dyer. Good coverage by the Cheesemakers. He'll pick up 3. Bill, like I said, I'm loaded with facts tonight. This is the 431st football game for McFarland at the varsity level, and that goes back to 1963 when Ron Bentley was the coach, and we did not have a senior class here at McFarland High School yet. Pass out on the flat, running room, gets out near the 40-yard line. That's Semin.
Nice call.
Billy's going to be pushed out at the 39, but that's going to be yardage good for the first down.
Yep.
Jacob Semin.
One of the keys to tonight's game was they said we're going to try, Farland's going to try and get to the edge and force their linebackers and secondary to make plays in space. Because it seems like, boy, if they try and go in tight, they're just getting bottled up there. So get them out in space. Because of the Seagraves, he runs a 4.540, and he also won the state high jump. And when you're 6'6", and you're doing that stuff, you got to kind of stay away from that as the game goes along. So
there's one good athlete there.
Yep.
So 2nd down and 11. Spartans taking a lot of time here. We don't have the luxury in high school football of that play clock.
Right.
And like I just said,
and you knew as soon as you said it.
That is going to be a delay.
You know, the other thing, John, that I've noticed, as of 2 years ago, McFarland has gotten away from running the quarterback over to the sideline every time to get the play.
Yeah, your quarterback winds up running for 1,000 yards, but
right.
only about 20 of them count,
So we're signaling those plays in from the sideline.
So that's a little new look here for the Spartans. And notice Monroe is having 2 players go over to the sideline, so kind of seeing it different on each side. Got to get that momentum going. Again, 6-0 in an eerily quiet crowd here tonight. Kennedy's pass incomplete. I believe that was intended for, number 8, Dayton Gillen.
You know, John, everything is kind of eerily quiet coming off the basketball season and that. My son coaches down at Broadhead. I mean, it was just like he said, coaching a game with no fans in there. It's really been a different year. Yep. Thank goodness these kids are finally getting an opportunity here to play some football this year and participate. Because, boy, these years, again, they're so precious, and you're never going to get them back. So this is just great to see these kids out here participating.
3rd and 16.
Double pass.
Double pass. Gillen going to air it up. He's got a receiver. Caught.
Yes. Wow.
Inside the 30.
Caught by Tegan O'Brien, a 6 foot, 175-pound sophomore.
A sophomore to a sophomore.
Sophomore to a sophomore.
And again, Dayton Gillen.
He threw that.
I mentioned Dayton early in the game about his great athletic ability.
Man, he almost threw that 45 yards in the air, John. Wow. Sophomore to sophomore.
O'Brien got behind Matley. So nice gain for the Spartans. So it'll be 1st and 10 on the Cheesemaker 26-yard line here with 3:25 to go. Here comes Dyer. Needed a block on the outside. Doesn't get it.
Didn't get it.
And up for the stop for the Cheesemakers, number 10, Chase Starp. He's a 175-pound junior. Checking in for the Spartans, number 4, Kyle Cuso.
Yeah, Brandon's a tough.
Bill's going to get some name of those linemen up there because
I will get those
often the unsung heroes, but not on our broadcast. The ultimate team player is your lineman because rarely will you see their name in the newspaper or highlight reel. Cooper Kennedy going to keep it. Good choice. He hangs on to it. Not going to pick up any yardage, but made the good choice not to try to pitch that ball back. So.
Right. I'll get the name of these linemen here in just a minute, John. Just kind of double checking.
Just this dead silence here. Spartans are looking over to the sideline. Look at this. I mean, it's like, it almost was like the picture was frozen there. Hey, it's going to be 3rd and 9. Cuso goes in motion. Kennedy, that ball was tipped, almost intercepted.
Yeah.
So an incomplete pass. The ball at the 25-yard line. Wind is not a factor tonight. I thought with spring games we might see a little more wind than we do in the fall. If the Spartans would think to kick here, this would be about a 42-yard field goal.
I can tell you that flag is not moving. It is wrapped around the pole and just, that's about as, it's moving about as much as the loud noise in the stadium, which is nothing.
I keep looking to the left for the flag, but I remember it's been moved. Big rush by the Cheesemakers. Kennedy's going to go down. Seagreaves is there, also number 50, who's not in our program.
Well, they put together a pretty good drive there, John. It's just, it's like in basketball, the kid that makes a great drive to the basket and just can't finish at the hoop right here. Drive the ball down to get down towards the red zone and just couldn't quite finish her off. But
well, let's see if the Cheesemakers go back.
Try and capitalize quickly on this.
Bruckwicki is going to line up number 5. He'll line up wide right. He's 6'3".
Yeah, they got a little size there, John. But again, Spartans, as long as you keep in your lane, keep your position.
Handoff straight ahead. Big hole. All the way out to midfield. And that's Rodabaugh.
That was his 5th carry now for 24 yards.
Into Spartan territory.
Yep.
Like I said, this is a good Monroe football team.
Yep.
With their skill players pretty much all returning from last year. And
right.
They made a run in the playoffs last year.
Yep, got to third game.
Straight ahead handoff again. This is Rodabaugh just pushing his way forward inside the 40.
And it
down
kind of
inside
looks,
the 39.
John, yep, like they might just say, hey, time to just pound it.
Well, the nice thing, what it looks like on the Monroe side of the ball is they've got a solid running game, but then they can throw you with that long pass.
Yeah, you got Seagraves for sure.
So Bruckwicki comes wide to the left. Ball at the 39-yard line. Again, straight ahead. Not fooling anybody there is Rodabaugh again.
You know, I tried to watch that time. It almost looked like Gunderson is getting doubled in the middle there, so they're knocking him out, and they're running right up the gut. I'm sure in any scouting report you're going to say, hey, we got to knock out. You got to take care of Gunderson because he is the heart and soul sitting in the middle of that line.
Seagreaves is going to line up to the right. Straight ahead again, getting some big holes up front, and Rodabaugh will take it inside the 25-yard line.
That went off tackle. And
right now, Monroe winning the battle at the line of scrimmage. 6-0 here as we near the end of the first quarter.
Yep. Looks like we might get one more play in, or
Monroe's going to head over to the sidelines.
They just going to say
no. They're not going to fool anybody. They're coming out here. They're going to run a play. Quickly, Spartans need to be ready because
maybe yes, maybe no.
This could be one of Toby's tricks here. The veteran cheesemaker coach. They do get it off in time. Just a straight ahead handoff. Not going to fool anybody there, but
no.
Quarter's going to end. Tackle there, number 58, Jack O'Connor. 6-0 at the end of the first quarter. Again, the Spartans have had a couple of nice pass plays here offensively in the first 12 minutes. Again, the only difference, that 70-yard Golembeski to Matley touchdown pass.
Pretty fast moving first quarter, John, huh? Hey, time for me to make our service announcement here. McFarland Cable TV, Channel 982 is a function of the Village of McFarland, and producing high school sports is a result of a community survey and fan interest indicating viewers like you at home, as well as fans in attendance and anywhere, desire this type of programming. I encourage you to inform your village officials by way of an email, a phone call, how much you enjoy these high-quality productions. The positive efforts of our McFarland youth deserves to be recognized in all forms of media, the State Journal, the Thistle, as well as Cable Channel 982 and our website, YouTube McFarland Cable. So once again, thanks for your support. And again, a special thanks to our head director, the Queen, Stephanie Miller. And if her parents are watching in tonight from Wausau, let's give you a little shout and a hi, hello to you up there tonight. Your daughter just does wonderful things down here. And I'd also like to give a special shout out to our Spartan sponsors this year. We have Joe Muting, Edward Jones, Gingerbread House Preschools, Nelson's Bus Service, SG Insurance, Steve Garboyle, State Farm Insurance, Jim Hartman, Dan Chin Homes, Ken's Automotive, Washa Construction, Main Moon Chinese Restaurant, Credo Product Development, Quick Trip, Lakestone Properties, Legacy Exteriors, Fairway Independent Mortgage, Team Weber, and Schrammel Realty Group, Jeff Schrammel.
2nd down and 9 here to start the second quarter. Cheesemakers with the ball on the Spartan 22-yard line. And again, they'll shift. Matley and Rodabaugh in the backfield behind Golombeski.
Oh,
here's a pitch. And going to be tackled behind the line of scrimmage there, number 20, Eric Anderson.
That was a mess in the backfield there.
Keaton Sweeney was the ball carrier for the Cheesemakers. Yeah, a little miscommunication looked like in the backfield there, Bill, for sure. So Cheesemakers are going to lose 3. That's going to put the ball back at the Spartan 25-yard line, where it will be 3rd down and a little more than 10. Monroe leading here, 6-0. Golombeski rolls out, looking, airs it up. Got a receiver. That is number 2, Preston Ambrose, inside the 10-yard line. And that will be a 1st down for the Cheesemakers. And Golombeski throws a good ball.
Yes, he does. You know, and he was very patient that time. Didn't rush anything. Kept rolling. He saw he wasn't getting any pressure because he had 2 blockers out in front of him, and waited for Ambrose to break free and then delivered the pinpoint pass.
1st and goal. Ball just inside the 10-yard line. Rodabaugh straight up, pushes his way inside the 5. Boy, Rodabaugh pretty quick start there on that. He gets the momentum going.
Yep, that was his 10th carry for 60 yards so far.
He's tough to stop.
Yep. Like you said, last year he logged 261 times last year for over 1,500 yards. So he's used to carrying the load.
So the ball will be at the 2, so it'll be 2nd down and goal for Monroe. Got to believe they'll just keep going to Rodabaugh here, Bill.
Yep. Why do anything different, John?
Straight ahead, Rodabaugh into the end zone. 10:03 to go here in the first half. Monroe scores for the 2nd time with a Trevor Rodabaugh 2-yard run. Makes the score 12-0. Well, will the Cheesemakers go for 2? I'm thinking they will. Tell you, they might as well run the same play.
Yeah, you might as
well.
well.
You know, ball's pretty much in the same spot.
10:03.
Matley and Rodabaugh will line up behind Golombeski. Here's Matley, cuts it back up, spin move into the end zone.
Move.
They pick up the deuce. 14-0 now, Cheesemakers with 10:03 to go here in the first half.
Well, Spartans have had some. They've moved the ball, John. It's just we got to finish on one of these drives here to get back in this. What I can see what's going to happen here is Monroe has found a real key here to just pounding the ball and pounding it. Kind of reminds me of what Wisconsin seems to do at the university level, where they get actually the 4th quarter and they're just wearing down teams. But Monroe is just pounding the ball straight ahead right now. And, you know, it depends also with a lot of these kids go both ways, John, and have a tendency to kind of get pretty tired and broken down after a while. But let's hope I can get a good return here and put a drive together and actually finish it this time against the Cheesemakers. But they look pretty well skilled in that. Again, there's a little difference here in experience in tonight's ball game.
Huge.
You know, huge. Monroe's got so many returning kids in that from a very good team that they had last year, and McFarland just lost so much to graduation. You got a new sophomore quarterback and a lot of other young kids that don't have a lot of varsity football experience.
So Rodabaw's kick fielded. Little stutter step there, straight ahead is Semin. And he'll take it out. Well, let's see where they'll mark that. Just over the 30, so it could be decent field position for the Spartans. Again, a short kick.
Yep, little stutter step got him probably an extra 7, 8, 9 yards.
So 1st and 10 for the Spartans. We will call it the 32. Again, Cooper Kennedy, number 2, the sophomore. Pass over here. Caught, but again, spin move, gets out of one tackle. So Aiden Irwin kind of earned those 3 yards.
Yep. I've got unofficially, I have Kennedy 6 for 10 through the air so far. And you can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to get outside away from Seagraves and the rest of that line on the inside. Try to just get to the outside.
So Kennedy will roll to his right. Looking, got a receiver open, caught.
Good job.
Jacob Semin. Here's that replay. So nice job by Cooper. Nicely thrown ball. Semin hauls it in.
Yep. I know the ball wobbled a little bit, as you can see on the replay, but sometimes I heard some professional receivers sometimes say they'd rather catch a wobbling ball than a tight spiral, just because sometimes they focus more on it, and the fact the ball's turning, I don't know, they get a better grip on it. So whatever that comment was worth.
Well, the
Probably
Spartans,
not much, John.
Spartans put the ball in Cheesemaker territory. Here's Dyer. He'll pick up a yard. McFarland really unable, Bill, to get a running game going yet.
Right. Brandon Dyer's carried the ball 3 times for -3 yards.
And he'll pick up a yard there. Wound up running about 10 yards to get to the line of scrimmage,
right.
but only picks up a yard, so it'll be 2nd down and 9. So we near the 8:20 mark to go here in the first half. Monroe leading 14-0 over the Spartans. Straight ahead. Nice gain inside the 40. That is number 4, Kyle Kusel.
That was a nice run. A nice job of blocking.
Going to bring up 3rd down and 5. Ball just inside the Cheesemaker 40-yard line.
And my bad, too, because I said I was going to mention that offensive line, which I'll get to after this play.
Dyer will go in motion. This is a lateral. Oh, gets some running room. Oh, tripped up. Nice job by Dyer.
Yep.
I believe he was tripped up there by Chase Storp. Might have saved a touchdown.
Yeah, that was really nice. Again, getting outside. And again, the line that's given that protection. We have at the tackles, we have Jack O'Connor and Ethan Palat and Gunther Switzer. We have at guard, we have Austin Miller and Keats Dislin. And our center is Kyle East. So doing a nice job so far, giving Cooper protection.
Here's Gillen, cuts it up, drops the ball. Cheesemakers are on it. First turnover of the game, and Monroe recovers at their own 29-yard line. So a decent drive for the Spartans ends. Cheesemaker just punched that ball right out of Dayton's hand.
Yep, I almost want to say, John, 3 McFarland possessions all get to about the 30-yard line, and that's where they've ended. So they're making movement. All these passes are kind of lateral, so they've really got to be aware to look that ball into their hands and catch them.
Got to get 2 hands on that ball. It's
that's a shame.
Great camera coverage there.
Yep.
Following that entire play. So
this is really nice. I tell you, it's wonderful to have the replay here.
So Cheesemaker's going to come out with a little different look here. Very tight formation. Everybody's just kind of standing there.
Yep.
Again, Golembeski under center. He has been the whole night. Here's Matley. A little bit of running room. Nice pursuit there again. I believe that is 21 Newman.
That was Matley's third carry for 10 yards.
Not a lot of depth on that sideline for the Cheesemakers. I think I counted 23.
Oh, you're right, John, as I look across there.
23 suited up.
Again, the way we're situated nice with plexiglass in between us and that, I am facing almost away from the play, so I'm strictly watching the monitor like you people are at home. So I'm enjoying the telecast too.
Handoff straight ahead. There's the running room for Rodabaugh. Out over the 45 to the 47. Amrine is there on the stop. Also number 10, Evan Retkowski. So 1st and 10 for the Cheesemakers at their own 47-yard line, as we near the 6-minute mark to go here in the first half.
Nice if somehow they get a little turnover here, John.
So again, they'll shift Bruckwicki out to the left, number 5. Handoff, Matley. Crosses midfield, big hit.
Oh, man.
Down to the 46. Matley just lowered the boom.
He lowered the boom on Blair Wood. He's a 5'6", 140-pound sophomore. And boy, Matley, didn't he, John? He just lowered the boom. Here we go on the replay. Watch this. Oh, my goodness.
Just hard-nosed running.
Yep.
So it'll be 2nd down and 3.
Welcome to varsity football, Blair Wood.
2nd down and 3. Here comes Sweeney. Corralled there early by number 15, Gavin Wood.
Yep, and maybe we're going to get, I believe this might be our first penalty of the game, John.
I think it's the second one. I think we had that delay, or they called it a procedure, I believe. But and for the officials, it's a little different for them doing games here in the spring.
Tripping penalty on Monroe.
Great to have officials, Bill. I mean, I got to say this, but we're running out of officials.
Oh, yes.
And I'll tell you, I know in basketball, I've talked to a number of people that were potential officials, but they start in youth ball and they get harassed the whole game, and they're dropping out before they even get to the high school level. And folks, if you don't think that's a problem, it's going to be when you don't have games because you don't have officials. So,
you know, the thing that kind of bothers me the most, John, is before every high school sporting event, they read a code of conduct, and it just kind of goes by the wayside once the game starts, which is really a shame. You know, and even when you have players and kids that are participating, reading the code of conduct to maybe bring a little extra meaning to it. Nope. There are still people that just don't get it.
There's Golembeski to Seagreaves.
Oh, boy.
It's a big boy to bring down. It takes 2 or 3 Spartans.
Yeah, it's called in respect to that. You know what? Without officials, people, you're not playing these games.
There's Irwin again.
Turn your attention to being positive with the kids and their efforts and stuff like that.
You know, I wonder for officials if with limited crowds, especially in basketball this year, if it was easier to officiate.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't spoken with any. So that'd be an interesting question to ask officials.
So 3rd down, big defensive play here for the Spartans. Straight ahead, Rodabaugh. He's going to go ahead all the way down to the 35, so he's going to pick up 12. Tell you what, Rodabaugh might get 100 yards here in the first half.
Presently 13 carries for 91 yards. I mean, he's upped it. He was to a slow start, and since then, probably his last 5 carries, he's been averaging almost 14 yards a carry.
And what do we have this year, Bill? Is it a 5-game season?
5-game season, yep.
I know in Illinois it's a 6-game, and of course I know Broadhead lost their opponent for tomorrow night, and we're able to pick up Mount Horeb.
Right.
Kind
They're
of at the
actually
last
playing that
minute.
game at Bigfoot because the
On
Broadhead
the turf.
The Broadhead field is in no shape to play.
Should have played it here. So Matley forced out of bounds. He will. I know in northern Illinois there's some fields, Rockford Auburn, Freeport High School, where they're renting these fields out for 3-4 games a day, and why not? I mean, that's.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That's a little extra revenue, correct?
Of course, you get to some of the real small schools, you have that combination baseball, football field, and if you ruin it during football, you're not going to be able to play baseball.
Absolutely.
So,
Yep.
first and 10 for the Cheesemakers. They are on the move here. This is Sweeney. Sweeney kind of waited for his tacklers, or waited for his blockers.
Actually, pretty good pursuit that time by the McFarland defense.
And there's number 80, Blair Wood.
Recovering from his big shot that he took from Matley a few plays ago.
They'll get used to taking some hits here. And
oh, yeah.
That's the other thing. You've got kids that played basketball this winter, and you have kids that didn't. So for some of these kids, this is their first
competition.
Yeah, of the year.
Yep.
And especially in football where you're taking hits.
Absolutely.
And Rodabaugh, there he goes.
Boy, he does a nice job of finding the hole.
Yeah, it changes directions very well. And again, credit that Monroe line. Big number 64 there, Isaac Bunker. He's a 6'4", 250-pound sophomore.
Yep.
57, Bryce Montgomery, 6'4", 247. So some good size up front. I'll tell you what, though. I'll take the 5'6", 160 of Zach Gunderson and the heart and drive that that kid has. Matley cuts it back up. Stopped by the Spartans.
And here again is the difference, John. Monroe gets down when they hit the 30-yard line. 5 plays later, they're finishing it off. That's what they're doing. And McFarland's getting to the 30 and then stalling out.
Monroe using the clock well, too, as we're nearing that minute-and-a-half mark here to go in the first half.
Yep.
And again, like we've said, they got 2 players over to the sideline, so they're putting their mileage in here.
Yes, they are.
See if they'll throw a jump ball here to Seagreaves. Going to go to Matley. And nice tackle by the Spartans.
Yep. Defensive line made a last-minute shift over to that right side and shut that play down.
It's like number 20 there, Eric Anderson, among others. Well, Bill, we're nearing the 1-minute mark.
Yep. What I like to hear, too, that was kind of nice. I mean, I could actually hear the crowd on that, throwing some support out to the guys here that are just this truck that's rolling downhill here called Monroe Cheese Makers.
3rd down and goal. Golembeski going to roll out.
Oh.
He's got room to run.
Yep.
Near the pylon, stacked up, pushed out of bounds. Going to be just short.
No signal yet.
Well, look at this. Did anybody hear a whistle?
That's a question.
Did anybody hear a whistle?
The official on the sideline is saying there was never a whistle, and they actually popped the ball out of there.
I don't understand that one because
that pile was there for a while, wasn't it?
Golembeski wasn't going anywhere. Look at this play, and then all of a sudden, nothing. And then the ball rolls out. It's like rugby. It was like a scrum.
And I think
I don't get it.
Yeah, the official in the white hat was looking at the guy on the sidelines. I mean, the ball was down. That was like a rugby scrum, and the ball all of a sudden.
Boy.
The only thing I can figure is if.
But Bill, we will take it.
Was not on the ground over there. If he was on top of another player.
Well,
that's the only thing I can imagine.
I think I remember a Badger game this year where something similar happened. Now you got to make sure you don't turn it over, and what happens? We get sacked for the safety. Well,
not yet, John. He's coming over to the sidelines to see if he ever brought the ball out of the end zone.
It's going to be 2 for the Cheesemakers.
Maybe. I'm just looking at the monitor. I can't.
Well, the good news is,
because I
Bill,
can't see that corner of the end zone from
good
where
news
I
is
am.
there was no fumble. Tough play there is really all you wanted to do is just
right.
control the ball. You give them 2. Now you've got to.
Because there were 20 seconds left, right?
You've got to kick it away, but Spartans will get the ball to start the second half. Still down, still a 2-score game. 16-0 here now. Cheesemakers picking up 2 on the safety. Still trying to figure out that fumble there. That, of course, we couldn't have seen it any better on our replay, but
right. So if
I don't
anything,
know.
if you look at this, I guess McFarland picked up 5 points on that. The difference between a touchdown
Yeah, I mean,
and a safety, I guess. Because, again, our replay, I mean, we could only see what everybody else saw.
Well, Bill, now you don't want to let the
No.
Cheesemakers pick up good field position
Right,
here.
not with
because
18 seconds left.
a lot of time here. So Cheesemakers are, when you got big receivers that you can throw to.
I'll tell you, John, I might kick it as far as I could, but angle it toward the sidelines and hope.
Well, Matt Amrine's going to punt it.
Average 36.1 yards a punt.
Oh, nice kick.
That was a very nice punt.
Ah, look at this. Don't overrun the coverage here.
Yep, be careful.
Ball at the 15, the 20,
Nice
out to the
job.
25. Boy,
Boy.
Amrine, that went, I tell you what, Bill, that went
Down
30.
to the 10-yard line.
I think that went 65 or 70 yards on that kick.
Yep.
And there's a
Wow.
look at number 1, Luke Schaff, coming off the. Luke was in my
that's a
class
prob-
back in the day.
That's a problem also, John, whenever you let the ball bounce. So unpredictable as to what's going to happen.
Well, 8 seconds to go.
I think we're safe in saying this is just going to be
I don't think
safe
so.
handoff.
Ah, you're right, Bill. You're right.
Nail
I
it
thought.
down.
I think,
Hey, for once I
tell you
said
what.
something that was right.
I think Monroe was looking at defensively, thinking that 16 may be enough here. But Spartans are going to, again, it's just a 2-score game. It's 16-0. Bill, it's halftime. We are going to step away.
Yep.
And we'll be back for what will be an exciting second half. It's Monroe 16, McFarland 0.
All right.
Hey, I
guess
believe, are we back?
We're back
Yes.
for the second half, John. Let me quick run down the scoring from the first half. At the 5:42 mark of the first quarter, it was a 70-yard pass from Golombeski to Matley. Extra point missed. Kick wide left, as they would say, Minnesota Viking line. Wide left in Minnesota Viking land. So it was 6-0 Cheesemakers after one. The 10:03 mark of the second quarter was a 2-yard run by Trevor Rodeball. And there was a 2-point conversion on a 2-yard run by Matley. So score went to 14-0. And then with only 18 seconds left in the first half, there was a fumble on the 1-yard line. McFarland brought it back to the 2-yard line, and on the first play, they were caught in the end zone for a 2-point safety, which thus leaves us at 16-0 right now, John. So again, I see the difference in the first half as being McFarland moved the ball again down to the 30-yard line 3 times and just didn't finish, and Monroe did finish their play. So let's see what's in store for the second half. So over to you, John.
We got to get a good start here. Catch that ball.
Yep.
This is Irwin. Hey, he's got some yardage. Look at that. Out over the 40-yard line. Again, Monroe overran the coverage a little bit there. So much for my catch the ball. It's So, again, this is the good start. I mean, this is a learning experience for the Spartans here tonight. I mean, it's a young group.
Yep. That's what everybody's conversation seemed to be at halftime around here.
Not just young, but I guess we could say even our older kids, not a lot of experience. But
correct.
at least they're getting that opportunity to play, especially our seniors.
Absolutely.
Here's Dyer, just not going to go anywhere. Nope. And that's going to be, see where they mark it, going to probably be close to well, they're only going to make it about a 5-yard loss.
For Brandon Dyer, that's 4 carries for -8 yards. I mean, we have just not been able to do anything between the tackles here.
Kyle East over the ball, and I believe we have Julie East,
yep,
aunt and uncle watching from Seattle. I remember them watching volleyball when Ashley played. And that is incomplete, intended for
Jacob
Semin.
That's too bad. That would have been a big gainer and a first down.
Seattle, Washington. What else do we have there, Bill?
Seattle, the East, the East girls play basketball. I remember sending a shout out. We also have a CB Shinky. North Carolina's in the house, so we're extended into the Tar Heel state. And we have our former alum, Ryan Denzer. Hey, Smiling Ryan. He says, go McFarland. Another great production from the communications team, and especially the wonderful announcers that are so great and so intelligent and just make so many great remarks. Wait a second. I better stop.
Nice play for the Spartans there.
I embellished that a little bit, Ryan, but hey, thanks a lot. We're thinking of you. We miss you, and boy, you put in a lot of great years helping us and making these productions wonderful. So glad to see you're still following in that. So hope things are well with you, Ryan.
So Dyer gets all the way out to the 45. Now we've got wholesale changes coming in. We may see our first punt of the game for either team. And I see Matt Amrine in for the Spartans.
Yep.
So nice job. The Spartans pick it up. They're going to be 4th and 3. And at their own 47, Matthew Amrine is back to kick this one away, or at least it appears to be. Good snap. Oh, nice kick.
Boy,
Booming
he
kick.
is really.
Look at that.
A wedge, John.
Did we get
fall
it?
in the end zone.
I think we got it. Like a Bill Cather chip shot. That ball stayed right on the green.
That was. I was hoping, John, you heard me say. With
Bill,
a little backspin on that baby, a little 60-degree wedge.
53-yard punt. And Amrine had a huge one on that.
Yeah, we said that was
safety.
About a 65-yarder.
I don't know. On the grass, maybe that rolls into the end zone, but we'll take it. Replay made it look
That'd be questionable, wouldn't it?
close.
Because it almost like he caught it and then rolled into the end zone, but we'll take it.
Handoff straight ahead.
Yep, nothing fancy here.
And that was Rodabaugh. No surprise there. Again, we're just underway here in the second half.
Right, in the first half, Rodabaugh, unofficially, 14 carries, 99 yards. Big first half, and Matley, 7 carries for 33 yards in the first half. A lot of viewers tonight, John. We're getting a lot of nice things in that. Well, a lot of people that can't attend these games. These kids all had 4 invitees for tonight, and I think it looks like most of them used all 4. We have a decent crowd here for COVID times.
Oh, big room again. Ball goes out to the 15, and that is Rodabaugh. I got a message. We have 3-year-old Owen Shriver and his little brother Colton, who is 11 months old. They are watching the game tonight. They might be our youngest fans, Bill.
John, I wanted to ask you also to check in with the dogs tonight and see how many dogs and cats we might have, because we have animal watchers out there in some of our basketball broadcasts.
I thought they had him stopped in the backfield. That's Matley. He takes a pretty good shot by Matt Amrine. Yeah, I know when we said volleyball, we had dogs, cats, small sheep. We had everything watching.
Yep.
And 11 months old, though, that's pretty little. That's up pretty late for an 11-month-old. So, well, the ball is just over the 20-yard line, so it's going to be second down, and we'll call it 4 for the Cheesemakers, who lead 16-0 here in the third quarter. Here's Sweeney. He's going to be stopped in the backfield.
Tackle.
Number 15, Gavin Wood. Gavin, a senior.
Nice play.
Boy, that was textbook, Bill. Tackled him low.
And now, John, big play right here. I'd say this could set the tone for the second half right here, John.
Need a stop. Third down and 4. No, actually, third down and 9.
Yep. The Spartans can put a stop on here and get the ball back. That's going to boost the confidence and get the defense off the field for a little bit here.
They're going to throw to Seagreaves. Here it comes. Watch number 11 trying to set him up in a one-on-one situation here with Irwin. Here we go. They're going to throw to Seagreaves, and he's got it. Pushed back, but he should have the yardage for the first down.
John, are you listening into the booth next to us where the Monroe people, our coaches, are up here in the booth? I say that's a pretty safe play when you're throwing a little hitch pass there to Seagraves at 6'6", probably being defended by a 5'8" safety.
Yeah, it's definitely an advantage for the Cheesemakers.
Yeah,
they kind of just throw to him when they have to.
When they have to, yeah. And boy, they had a chance to connect with him earlier on, too, with a long bomb, and he just outstretched, couldn't quite connect on.
Might have hung on to that on the grass of T.R. Holyoke Field down in Monroe, but... Well, Spartans, there's a look at their defense. A name we haven't called, number 67, Gunter Switzer, playing both ways. A lot of kids playing both ways on that line.
Yes, on the line especially.
Again, straight ahead handoff.
Okay, nice job.
Stacked up. That's Rodabaugh. Amrine is there. Give him 2. Second down and 8, according to PA announcer Al Nordhaus tonight.
Yep. 17 carries for 119 yards so far for Trevor Rodabaugh.
And 6:45 to go here in the third quarter.
Keeps going like this, John. This quarter is going to go quick.
I tell you, every now and then you don't even know there's a crowd here. It's just so quiet. Sweeney will go in motion. Again, handoffs. Got some yardage out near midfield. Boy, nice little run there by Sweeney. Tell you, Monroe's got a very strong sophomore class. We've talked about a lot of sophomores for the Spartans, but Monroe's got a number of linemen that are sophomores, and Sweeney is sophomore.
Yeah.
So ball is out at the Cheesemaker 48-yard line, 1st and 10 now as we near the 6-minute mark. Again, it's a 2-score game. You don't want to give up and go down by 3 scores here, so defense has got to dig her in. Rodaba over the 50, down to the 46. Again, this is our first home event for the boys since, well, over a year now, I believe it would be.
Yeah, we just got to give these kids as many experiences, especially the seniors here, John, because these are time's running out on these kids with their high school experience. And, boy, I want to just give them as much as we can here because they've lost so much since last March. So this is wonderful to see them.
Golombeski, going up long. Picked off. Is that Dayton Gillen? That is Dayton Gillen.
Gillen played it nice. That was great double coverage. Gillen deep.
Again, Golombeski, well-thrown ball, but overthrows Seagreve. I tell you what, Seagreaves got held up there just enough.
Yep, by Traden Randolph, I believe. It was number 14.
Yeah, held him up.
5 foot 10 inch, 130 pound. Again, another sophomore, John. Held him up, and Gillen dumped in the back end and turned it over. So
now we got one hang on to the ball, and two.
But as soon as you said it, John. Thanks for the jinx.
And we're down. Going to be at the 5 now, so the Spartans at their own 5-yard line.
Same thing in basketball when we say, hey, kid hasn't missed a free throw yet tonight. You know what's going to happen. That's too bad.
But, sometimes you got to deal with the adversity and just pick it up and
You're right.
Put that play out of your mind and just keep moving forward.
You have to, because nothing you can do about it now. As they say, play in the present.
So Cooper Kennedy actually lining up on the end line here, or on the goal line. Looking to pass, forced out of the pocket. Hang on to that ball.
Nice decision.
Get some nice yardage there.
Got 10 yards on the carry. Nice job.
Nice thing is for Cooper, first varsity start. As the game goes on, gets a little more confidence. Made a good choice not to throw that ball, and then
I agree totally with that.
Turns it up and
doing a pretty nice job here, John, in his baptism into varsity football.
Yes. 3rd down and 5. Gunderson in late substitution here. We don't need a delay, so let's.
We're still signaling stuff in here.
Better hurry.
The clock's got to be running.
Kennedy rolls out, looking, got a receiver open. That's Gillen over the 20 with a sliding catch.
I believe we got a first down on that.
So 1st and 10.
John, I have now got him unofficially as 9 out of 14 on the night. That's pretty good for your initial step into varsity football.
Very good.
As a sophomore. Yep.
And running back stacked up at the line of scrimmage. That's number 4, Kyle Cuso. Kyle's a 175-pound sophomore.
John, we got a couple other special notes here. I'll let you. Didn't we talk about Bentley in the past?
Yes.
Isn't that right?
Bentley Lackey. Cooper Kennedy looking, nicely thrown ball. What a catch, and that's Dayton Gillen.
Wow, great throw and beautiful reception, boy. Now that is the definition of focus. Wow. Dayton Gillen, what a great reception. Boy, that ball was thrown exactly where it needed to be. 10 for 15 on the night for Cooper Kennedy.
Got a program change here, Bill. Caleb Bunker 6'2", 215-pound senior for Monroe is not 87. He is number 50.
Yep.
Nice pass again out to the 46-yard line. Going to be short of the first down. That's Tegan O'Brien, the sophomore. And
things keep going like this, we're going to have to call this Air Cooper. A new airline's in town, John.
Officials are huddling up here. See what this is about.
Again, while I got a minute there, again, you can watch this game later on tonight, tomorrow, next week, whatever. If you go to youtube.com McFarland Cable. So youtube.com McFarland Cable. And this game, you will be able to watch it at any time. So even these players and other people who maybe aren't watching this right now, you can inform them. These kids can go home. They can watch it tomorrow, next week, whatever. And I guess it'll kind of be their choice as to what they want to do with the volume, John. They can
Bill, the
intensity, listen to us.
Intensity stepping up out there. We kind of had a personal foul on both teams offset.
Again, we've got some upcoming broadcasts also. On April 6th, we have volleyball against Turner. On April 8th, we have boys soccer versus Jefferson. And on April 9th, football will be back here against Evansville, the Blue Devils. So again, April 6th, volleyball Turner. April 8th, boys soccer Jefferson. And April 9th, football versus Evansville.
Well, second down and 1 for the Spartans. Kennedy got a receiver open. That's O'Brien inside cheesemaker territory.
Smart play calling. Keep things just playing within your limits.
Yeah, Spartans moving the ball. Again, we're at 2:55 to go in the third quarter. Monroe leading 16-0, but the Spartans have a little drive going here. So 1st and 10, McFarland. That ball is knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Again, big pressure there from Bunker and Seagreaves. So clock stop, 2:43. Bill, I don't think we even had a timeout used in the first half, did we?
No, I don't think so either, John.
We've had one punt.
Yep.
No timeouts used. Couple of penalties now, but not very many. As soon as we say that, then
watch.
We generally wind up.
I think I saw an official reach in his pocket right now.
Throw the flag. Little inside handoff. Kuso. Oh, nice tackle.
Is that a nice tackle?
And up with that stop is
turn sideways,
number two. That's Preston Ambrose.
Yep. And I said Preston Ambrose is their leading tackler from last year. He had 70 tackles in their games last year. So
now it's 3rd down and 10 for the Spartans. Just want to keep it going here.
Big play again, John. I mean, I hate to say that we're getting down to kind of they got to get a score on the board.
Got to keep it a 2-score or less.
Yep.
So again, Kennedy back at his 45. Big rush by the Cheesemakers. He's going to go down. And that is Caleb Bunker.
Yep, that's good. We got the change on that number, so we're glad to do that. Thank you for somebody watching in Monroe for bringing that to our attention. That's good. Every kid here, we try to mention as many kids' names as we can. So important, especially in this shortened season.
Yeah, Bunker, he's an animal out here, and I'm glad we know who it is. Otherwise, we'd be sitting here saying number 50. So we appreciate that. Several numbers in the program tonight for Monroe to not match.
Right. Boy, another good punt.
And Matley, like a center fielder. Nice coverage there. Big hit. And that was 34, Paul Morris. And Paul, he's 6 foot, 190-pound sophomore.
Yep. Boy, a lot of sophomores getting a lot of nice playing time here tonight, John.
And again, we do see a flag down. And this will be against the Cheesemakers.
Yeah.
The interesting thing is,
Hold
Bill,
on.
again, when we talk about these sophomores, they will be playing football in
Right.
what, 5 months?
Yep.
They'll be juniors. So, I mean, it's a quick turnaround
Yeah, it is.
from one season to the other, which
we'll have-
hopefully this is the only year we ever see this
we'll have
happen.
to
But
see what kind of effect that has. You're right. I just hope that it doesn't, heaven forbid, create like more injuries or something, John, because bodies need rest.
Yep. Well, there's still a spring sports season here coming up
follow
too. So
it. Yep. All shortened, but yeah, nevertheless competitive.
Cheesemakers are going to have the ball just inside their 10-yard line. Again, straight ahead, just
Yep. They're not
pushing
gonna,
forward is Rodabaugh.
They're not gonna do anything fancy here.
Again, the Cheesemakers hold a 4-3 advantage in the all-time series here between these two schools. Again,
That dates back to 18 what, John?
no, a lot of people probably don't remember when both schools were in the Badger Conference. We went from the Capital to the Badger
right,
and then to
yep.
the Rock Valley. So
Right.
late 90s into
Right.
the early 2000s. Rodabaugh just going to keep churning those legs all the way out near the 29-yard line, and that'll be a first down for the Cheesemakers. Yeah, I believe Monroe is an original Badger Conference member. I know they were in the Badger Conference. My brother played on the Monroe team in 1970. My dad played on the Monroe team 1940, 41, and 42. And he graduated in 1943. His name's up in the M room at Monroe. He won the American Legion Award. But they were not in the
Excellent.
Badger Conference. There was no Badger Conference. I want to say they were in the Southern 10 or something like that
Yep.
back in the day.
Okay, Jen. Well, there's no scoring to recap in that order, but I'm going to throw out a little something that I call, and I did this last year, a Big K reflection. We must remember that coaches and athletes put in countless hours to prepare for these few precious athletic contests. I would hope that everyone, other students, staff, family members, friends, and the community positively support all the time and efforts of all these participants. Winning games is great and the desired outcome, but as we know, not everything in life is perfect and goes our way. We must make sure that kids participating in activities learn from the positives as well as the negatives and leave the activity with meaningful life lessons. So, support our youth positively, whether in victory or defeat, and that's something here in McFarland we call Spartan pride. That is tonight's Big K reflection.
Nicely said, Bill.
Every game we'll try and throw in a little reflection in that. But
Yeah, there's been some really interesting discussions as of late, with our kids and our kids not being in school, and topics like equity and mental health come up, and all I can say is those are important topics, and when this pandemic ends, we can't forget about those topics.
Right.
Mental health of our
Yep.
students,
boy, better believe it.
equity. Again, it can't just be a buzzword during the pandemic. It needs to stay on the table, and it needs to
Absolutely.
be discussed. And having these kids out here together playing is very, very important. And but mental health goes much deeper than
Yes, it
just
does,
our
John.
athletics. So we got to keep those things on the table
Yep.
as we move into the future. So.
Yep.
Here we start the fourth quarter. Cheesemakers with the ball on their 27-yard
Whoa,
line.
get on it.
Fumble.
And I
Spartans
think
are on it.
Spartans got on it. That could be. Wow.
Golembeski might have pulled from center just a little too quick.
That's part of the problem sometimes with that wing T, John. The ball handling, it can kind of get,
Here's a
quarterback
look.
can get brushed aside. Yep.
Yep.
Looked like it was almost.
I don't know. Big number 64 there.
Yeah, he might have just bumped into.
Isaac Bunker was coming this way. I don't know if he made contact with the ball or it does happen.
Okay, so here we go again from the 29-yard line this time of Monroe. Let's see if we can get a Spartan finish.
So 1st and 10 from the 29, just underway here in the fourth quarter. Cheesemakers lead the Spartans 16-0. Kennedy looking, airs it out.
Oh,
got
nice
it.
catch.
Hey, that's 22, Aiden Irwin.
The 5'10", 155-pound senior. Wow, beautiful catch. Off kind of, again, a wobbly ball, but concentration and focus.
He is down to the 6-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal.
Boy, I love the play call here, too. You get the turnover and go for something big right away.
So again, Cooper Kennedy, the sophomore, just showing a lot of patience there.
Great play call right there. Go after him. Oh, no.
Yep.
Get on the ball.
And Dyer covers it.
Oh, you got to focus on that ball.
We just don't want to get into that 1 step forward, 2 steps back here, because now that's going to put the ball back to the 16. That is a loss of 10. Tell you what, I'm surprised they're even thinking run with the success they've had throwing the ball.
Yeah, the air. I've got them at 13 out of 19. Cooper Kennedy tonight.
So again, they look to the sidelines for the.
Oh, this is just crucial. They got to get points on the board. They got to get a score, I think, John.
Kennedy.
Got to get a touch.
Looks, going to air it out. Got a receiver.
Did he get it?
In the end zone. Touchdown. Number 7. Tegan O'Brien. 16-yard touchdown pass. Spartans are on the board with 10:42 to go here in the fourth quarter. First points of the year for the McFarland Spartans. Good coverage there by number 10, Chase Storp. Now, interesting here, Bill. The Spartans are down by 10. They're going to kick the ball, which would still mean this is a 2-score game. And they're going to take a timeout. Situation here is if you kick and you get the extra point, you're still down 9, and that is 2 scores. I guess I was thinking automatic for 2 there, and I think there might be some second thoughts there. So.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So again, the touchdown there was by number 7, Tegan O'Brien. So again, Cooper Kennedy.
Hey, and again, John, Tegan O'Brien, a 6 foot, 175-pound sophomore. Wow, sophomores have shined. It's the SS combination. Shining sophomores tonight.
Good opportunity for the kids here to really step up and in their first varsity game. And again, playing a very solid Monroe team.
Yes, for sure. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to step it up and give some real kudos to the defense, John. They've held Monroe scoreless here in the second half so far.
Yeah, and 2 of Monroe's points came via a safety.
A gift.
Tell you what, Bill, those extra points are big, though, because Monroe missed that kick and went up 6-0, but then got the 2-point conversion for the 14.
Well, this is.
And now they are going to go for 2.
This is without a doubt the right decision. You got to go for 2 here. And I'm going to tell you, this is going to go through the air, John.
Gunderson going to line up in the backfield. Gillen will go in motion. They're going to throw to Gillen. And it's going to be underthrown, incomplete. Well, now it's 16-6, so it's still a 2-point game or 2-possession game. Either way.
Had to give it a shot.
But hey, we're on the board with 10:42 to go here in regulation.
And something to build on, John. Definitely.
Yep.
Hey, I'll tell you right now again, I'm going to take a minute here to mention tonight's staff again with all the replays and graphics and everything else. Tonight's wonderful workers, we call them, the WW, the wonderful workers, under the direction of the Queen, Stephanie Miller, the director of McFarland Cable Communications. Next up, the mastermind, the bearded wonder, Andrew Day. Also assisting tonight, we have Nick Boom Boom Boucher, Patrick Hasty Tasty, and Benny Vex. Those last two are on the cameras tonight. So wonderful crew. Thank you guys a ton. I guess we can't thank you enough. Like I said, you make our job so much easier. All we have to do is do what we do best, John, and that is talk. And sometimes it's makes sense. Other times it's nonsense. Well, I guess I'm speaking for myself.
You know, I forgot to say that disclaimer tonight that comments made here do not necessarily reflect the opinions of McFarland High School, the Village of McFarland, or McFarland
Yes.
Cable, or even sometimes ourselves.
Ourselves, yes. But
So-
please, it's nice, all the positive comments that we can get back from you people. And
Ooh, an onside kick. And it looks like number 10, Sturp, has it covered there at the 45-yard line. Well,
here
two
we go.
thoughts there. Hey, you get it, great. If you don't get it, you give the Cheesemakers pretty good field position. So, again, thanks to the fumble, the Spartans able to cash it in.
Right, but now needing 2 scores, and we are at 10:40 left in the ball game. So there's still time here, John, but
Got to get a stop.
be nice. Maybe you gotta just take a few chances here with trying to punch the ball out, or
They'll
do
keep
something to
going
get
to
another
Matley and
turnover.
Rodabaugh here. This
yeah.
will be Matley. Gets out around midfield, just keeps his head down and drives forward. Going to pick up. I can see where his knee is down.
On the ground so far tonight, Tyler Matley, 9 carries for 45 yards, and Trevor Rodabaugh, 20 carries for 145 yards. So definitely a Woody Hayes type performance here tonight.
Again, a very solid Monroe team. Spartans doing a nice job hanging with them here. So second down,
Oh, that
almost
ball
a
was
fumbled
almost
snap.
dropped.
Matley going to be sacked in the backfield by Matthew Amrine.
And really a big play here, John.
Going to be third down and 7.
Yep,
Big play for the Spartans. The limited crowd tonight,
yep,
not by choice, but by mandate.
yep.
So third down.
That's another nice thing, too. Coming in tonight, everybody wearing masks. As we look out at the crowd here, everybody, you know, fairly kind of social distanced a
Bill
little
says
bit.
they're
so.
throwing the Seagreaves here again. We'll see. Sweeney will go in motion. Oh, straight ahead handoff. Oh, big hole for Rodabaugh. Inside the 45, good for first down yardage, down near the 41.
Maybe you didn't hear me. My mic was turned off. I said no, it was going to be Rodabaugh for 14.
Yeah, it's moves the sticks and keeps that clock rolling as we near the 9-minute mark.
Yeah, they're gaining. They gain more yards running the ball with Rodabaugh than they do through the air, John. So, and also it's a lot safer. Just put it in his gut and away he goes. Their line is doing a really nice job also here tonight, John. Offensive
Yeah,
line.
very, very, very solid line
Yep.
there. Here's Matley. Matley going to pick up a yard.
Ball here to the 41-yard line. Second down and 9.
Yeah, I got to see some Monroe people I know tonight. Greg Bowl, their video guy. I remember taking him to a game I was announcing in Freeport back when he was 6 years old.
John, what was the
Greg's
first
not
game
6
you did?
anymore. The first football game I announced on the radio was Dakota at Pecatonica, played inside the Winnebago County Fairgrounds.
And what year would that be, John?
That would have been 86.
All right.
PA announcing goes back to 76. So here's Sweeney, gets ahead inside the 40 to the 38.
I'm just a mere youngin' because my career started with you in 2004, the year that I retired from teaching.
Yeah, I did PA announcing at a place called the Ravine in Monroe back, 76, 77, and then started umpiring, and then went off
Would
to
young
college.
people
and
know the ravine right now or not? Or
It's
is that
still
an
there.
old-
Oh, yeah,
it's still there.
it's
It's
still
still
there.
known as the ravine.
Built in 76, and so third down, another big play coming up for the Spartan defense. 3rd and 7 for the Cheesemakers. And whistle, and I believe
Ooh, this could be a big penalty if this is procedure. Oh, and I see
that doesn't
Monroe
help.
applauding it. That does not.
So the offsides will be a 5-yard gift for
John,
the Cheesemakers.
I'm going to ask you, as we got a close-up of those shoes and that, do they wear cleats on this type of surface? Or do they just wear regular tennis shoes or
I think they
the
wear.
players? Or is it a shorter cleat since you're on, the kind of the artificial surface here?
That is a good
stumped. We may have
question.
to find the answer to that.
Maybe it's more like a golf cleat or something.
Oh, there's
Well-
procedure, so they're going to get it back.
Give us 5, we'll give you 5 back.
Wow.
Hey, wasn't it just a little while ago I made that statement about not many penalties?
Yep.
Well, and
John,
again, fans, just so you know, we are practicing social distancing up here.
we're separated by a plexiglass shield, John. So
Yeah, I
We
made the
can't
comment the other day at school. I said, boy, there's people this year that I haven't even seen in our building or talked to. And somebody says, well, why is that a bad thing? It's like, well, I guess they don't mind not seeing or talking to me. But here's Golembeski under center.
there he goes up the gut.
Rodabaugh
For about 6.
inside that 35, down around the 33.
I know that we have a plexiglass shield between us because on that touchdown, I tried to high-five you, and I hurt my hand in the plexiglass because I kind of forgot it was there. So
What we're missing, though, is our cameras. We got a little different angle tonight because our cameras are down
Outside.
in the bleachers.
Yep.
As opposed to be up here. Neither of our camera people wanted to get up on the roof of the press box.
No.
Of course, it's angled. That would be a tough slide off the back.
Matley.
He'll get the
Oh.
hurdles. Oh, defender there and gets inside the 30-yard line, and that will be a first down. Matley was a member of that strong Cheesemaker basketball team that came up just short
Yep.
of a berth at the Final Four in Division II.
Yep.
Of course, Spartans had a pretty competitive basketball season
Yes,
this
they
year,
did.
playing all of their games on the road and practicing with social distancing.
Yeah.
Try to
Yes.
practice basketball when you're not supposed to be within 6 feet of somebody else.
Right. Limited numbers. It was a mess.
Matley will go in motion. Again, here comes Rodabaugh. Tell you, that line for the Cheesemakers really just opening up some
Yep.
gaping holes.
Is this a nice little luxury to have as a coach, too, to have 2 running backs like Rodabaugh and Matley? I mean, that's
Like you said
pretty
earlier,
nice.
though, Bill, you're going to read about Matley, Rodabaugh, Golembeski, their stats in the paper, but it's that line.
Yes.
You're not going to see one kid from Monroe's name probably mentioned in
None
in
of
an
the people
article
on the line.
Right. But really, both teams. It's those unsung players.
That
up
would
front.
be so nice and refreshing, wouldn't it?
There goes Sweeney, gets
Sweeney.
outside, close to the end zone, pushed out. Again, this Sweeney kid, just a sophomore. Boy, it's going to be at the 1 or inside. So first and goal now for the Cheesemakers. 4:41 to go here in regulation.
Wouldn't that be refreshing, John, if there's some journalist out there watching us that would get the idea and say, you know what, the next article I write, I'm going to focus in on the kids that are in the line, both offense and defense.
I tell
Let's
you,
give some recognition to
my favorite high school reporter of all time, Dennis Semrau.
Yep.
Dennis really understood what high school sports about. Dennis would have done that. Dennis, and probably did. So first and goal for the Cheesemakers. Here's Matley, forced outside. Going to get tackled. Nice one-on-one tackle there by number 15, Gavin Wood. So that'll move it back to the 5. Again, Cheesemakers in no hurry. They're up 10,
Nope.
meaning the Spartans are going to have to get the ball
How to mention the numbers of these line is right now. We have 50 is, who's that bunker? Correct?
Caleb Bunker.
Caleb Bunker. Number 62 is Austin Fox. Number 57 is Bryce Montgomery. 64, well, that's Bunker was 50, so I don't know who 64 is then. And
Isaac Bunker.
Isaac Bunker, right.
Here's a Rodabaugh straight up the gut into the end zone for the touchdown. So 3:44 to go here in the fourth quarter. Cheesemakers now go up 22-6.
Two-yard run. Who scored that, John?
And
'Cause
that
was
would be
like
Trevor Rodabaugh.
Okay, Rodabaugh again. Okay.
And Trevor will
His
turn
second
around.
touchdown of the evening.
He's going to turn around and attempt the extra point here.
Missed on the
Golombeski
first
will hold.
one. Yep.
Ball's down. Kick plenty of leg on this one, but
Well,
it goes wide to the right.
Wide right. Wow.
So it's 22-6, but Bill, even bigger, it is now still a 2-score game.
Correct, John.
An extra point there puts you up 17, makes it a 3-score game.
However, as they say, the clock isn't your enemy right now. It's not your best friend.
Well, we got to score quick here now with 3:44 to go. It's been fun, I tell you. You know, I
It's
didn't
been
even
pretty
know if we.
entertaining first ball game for these
I
kids,
didn't even
right?
know if we'd get an opportunity
Yeah.
for doing a game. And, you know,
Yep.
we did a volleyball game earlier, and we tell you what, we were in the line of fire. For those of you who didn't watch that volleyball game, Bill had a Gatorade sitting there, and the ball comes, hits the Gatorade, it goes flying, and then that
Onto the
brand
electrical
new,
wires almost.
and then the
John.
brand new headset
Yep.
thing went flying, and
We were in danger, John, when that Gatorade flipped on the wires. I mean, we could have been fried, literally.
could have been a fatality there.
That's right. You know, it just, I'll tell you the dangers of these types of jobs, right? Oh, but we welcome the challenges, right?
And again, we've got the easy
we laugh
job,
in the
and
face of adversity.
I tell you, though, good learning experience tonight for the Spartans. These kids getting a lot of
Yes, it
good
is. Yep.
experience.
And
Again,
boy, can you
short
imagine?
kick.
And you got these sophomores with 2 more years ahead of them, John.
And Irwin takes a
He
big
kind of got
pop
finished
there.
off. Yep.
That's number 40, Charlie Weigel.
Yep.
I recognize many of these last names here.
I'm sure you
now.
maybe do from
Charlie Weigel, a sophomore. He is 6'2", 190. Well, clock is stopped. 3:38 to go. 22
I hope you
to
people
6.
watching at home tonight have enjoyed this as much as John and I enjoyed doing these telecasts and that. It's just, I think the thing that's so enjoyable, John, is the memories this can provide for these kids that go home. I know a lot of kids go and watch the game right after this or tomorrow or later on. I know a lot of grandparents and alums that I know are in other states. I had my son last year that was in he's in South America for 3 years, and he used to watch McFarland games from down in South America.
Look at Gillen.
Whoa!
Still going
nice
out
job.
over the 40-yard line.
As he had a nice game tonight, John.
Boy, and
huh?
what a pass from Cooper Kennedy.
Yep.
Boy,
Cooper
it just
Kennedy,
seems like
John.
the other day Cooper was in Mrs. Lackey's class, and now in 5th grade. Now he's out here 5 years later as the starting quarterback. Well, don't speak too quickly here.
There
The
you go again,
Spartans
John.
move it in, and then ball turned over. That was Tucker Markham,
Yeah.
number 23. Tucker, a sophomore.
Boy, but what a nice opening game, actually, for Cooper Kennedy. 14 out of 22 passes unofficially. That's a wonderful first start into your, as we call it, your baptism into varsity football.
So 3:18 to go here in the fourth quarter. Cheesemakers now, all they really need to do is just run the clock out.
And I assume that's what they'll do. New quarterback, number 10.
And that is Chase Sturp. And a fumble. I think he falls on it.
Boy, nice. Did you see that number 50 bunker?
Hey, I
Helping a
tell you what, I am
helping a
so
McFarland
happy.
kid up off the ground.
I'm so happy that somebody let us
Let
know
us
that
know
number
that
change.
so we can recognize that young man. That was really great sportsmanship right there, because there was a big pile up, and out of the pile he helped. Let's see if we can get this again, if we can run the replay. No, it's at the end of the replay. Keep her going. Number 50 here. Now watch him. Watch 50. Keep your eye on Bunker. There he is, and taps our player on the helmet. Boy, is that nice to see, John, huh?
This is what high school
And
sports
I am
are
going
all
to
about.
tell you, A. Day, the mastermind. Andrew Day waving at us. Is that nice, John? We can make a request and they can pull it up. That is Andrew Day, the mastermind. The bearded wonder.
Hey, check out that wagon over there.
Thanks, Andrew. That's wonderful, not only for us but for our viewing public.
Look at that wagon, Bill. Check out those wheels there. Those Hoosier racing tires on the side of that.
Only you could
wagon.
pick out wheels on a wagon and identify them,
Yeah.
John.
Had to get a racing reference in here at some point tonight. So,
For those of you who don't know, John is the voice of, what is it?
the written voice. The
Madison's-
written voice of Madison International
Madison
Speedway. So,
International Speedway, MIS. You go to the track out there and you will hear the golden voice out
Yeah.
there.
not anymore. You'll see me, but not hear me. But
Oh, I'll tell you, John, you've been blessed with a wonderful voice and a wonderful temperament and a wonderful sense of humor and
that's how
a
I
wonderful, like, you can tell fables just like Aesop.
can. That's how I
John,
can
tell
teach
ya.
for so many years. It's, yeah, penalty marker comes in, kind of in the area of holding. That was 23 Tucker Markham.
You know, we noticed too, actually, about playing on a field like this, uniforms don't get dirty on these
Nope.
fields, do they, John? Huh?
I remember a few games back on the old grass fields, and we couldn't even.
Oh,
I
hardly
forget who we
identify
had. I want to say
numbers.
one year it was Jefferson was here,
Oh, and their numbers are hard to read anyways.
and I think we pretty much just called the play and
yeah,
didn't call any names.
yeah. Because they've got that kind of maroon and gold coloring, and it was just, that was
They kind of
A
that double
nightmare.
wing. You never knew who had the
Right.
ball. So,
hard enough with that, right?
all right, 2:15 to go here in the fourth quarter. That's Markham.
He's a pretty big kid, too.
Yeah, he'll pull it inside the 50. Host of Spartans there on the
Yeah,
tackle.
Markham, I said he's a pretty big kid. 6'1", 86-pound sophomore. 15-pound junior just came off the field. Try to mention as many names as we can here. 23, Ray Benke, 6'2", 155-pound junior. 16, Simeon Pomerening. Of course, I had to pick out a hard name. Whoa, but he never was down.
Yeah, there's another one where Markham looked like he had
Yep.
stopped. That was number 55 for the Spartans, Ethan Paulett.
Boy, and I'd like to mention a few more Monroe names, but the names and numbers are not on our program that we have here, John.
Yeah, couple of number changes.
Yeah,
and
there were some number changes, so
we had Seagreaves at 84, and
Yeah,
we kind
right.
of figured out that
apologize for not being able to mention a few more players. 16, Ethan Maple for Monroe. Number 53, Jaden Clark. He's a 6-foot junior.
yeah, I'm not sure if
62, I said Austin
Monroe will
Fox.
play on the turf again anywhere this year.
Yeah, I don't know. 54 is Brendan Swindle, 6', 192-pound senior.
Clock is down to 34 seconds. And so it'll be 4th down and 11. Spartans could get the ball back here.
Or will this be it, John?
Well, Monroe hasn't punted the whole game.
Number 51, Isaac Derrickson coming in the ballgame. 6'4", 223-pound junior. Just
What's up here, though?
ran
That's
on the
Bunker
field.
calling the signals back there. And they do get the punt away. And rolling, rolling, rolling.
Rawhide. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep those footballs rolling.
Just saw that.
Rawhide. Who was the star of that
Just saw
show?
that. Trivia question. Just saw this one sung in the Blues Brothers movie when they were at Bob's Country Bunker. And little do people know is when you come in the door, there is a Huber sign.
Out of Monroe, Wisconsin.
Up
John.
on the wall. And I think most people from Monroe
John,
know that. But
when I was in college, a case of Huber was $2.50.
Sure,
for
it wasn't.
A case.
It wasn't Rhinelander.
Nope, it was Huber.
Here's Dyer. He's going to get close to the sideline. Clock is going to continue to roll, so that should be our final play.
That's going to probably do it.
Of a high school football game. Back under the lights on Friday nights.
What a treat, John. I mean, for us secondarily in that, but for the kids, so important to actually be out here tonight and to be supported by the people out here that are here. Some nice applause in that, and kudos to both teams here, to the kids, the coaches, and everybody for making events like this possible here tonight.
Really a nice effort by the Spartans. Again, it's a strong, solid Monroe football team here. Again, it's hard to compare anybody because it's the first two games first two teams we've seen, but a solid performance here by the Cheesemakers. But I tell you what, the Spartans, just the confidence they gained as this game moved on.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's going to be a loss, but I tell you what, it's a win in a lot of ways for McFarland. Again, these kids kind of get that. I haven't competed in an event for quite some time, especially those kids that haven't played a winter sport.
Right.
And they got this one under their belt. They're going to come up short tonight, but, not because of a lack of effort. The effort was there, and it was a learning curve, and they stepped up, and they came up short. But again, got beat by a pretty darn good football team here tonight. So, Bill, we're going to be back here for the Evansville game.
Yep.
And then I think at the end of the year, I'm trying to think if we have Whitewater.
Yep,
the
that'll
Whippets
be
coming in.
the 20th, I believe. Or no, 23rd of April.
Something like that. And I know we've got the volleyball. It's the senior night.
Soccer coming up.
When the Spartans will take on... we get that English accent for...
yes, David Harris.
Dave Harris.
Be on
I mean,
the
it's like...
yes, David.
Bring him in
jolly good.
Bring him in from across the Atlantic just to do the games here.
He's my backdoor neighbor.
And we had swimming with expert commentary.
They did a very
there was
nice
no
job.
way
Wonderful.
Bill and I were going to do swimming because we would have said, okay, they're jumping in the water.
Yep.
And then maybe I would have announced it like a horse race or something.
Yeah. And they're off. I don't think that's quite the way they want to jump off the platform with that start to it.
And again, we'd like to thank our top-notch crew tonight. And again, our sponsor, Andrew Day Party Mix, on board with us tonight. Of course, I'm on a diet, so no more Andrew Day Party Mix. That'll just be more for you, Bill. But
yeah, and that's what I really need, John, is more.
We've got the easy job here, and we hope whatever time you're watching this game, if you're watching it, even if you played it and you watched it, again, hope you enjoyed it. We're not perfect, and we're the first ones to admit that. So, Bill, close her out for us here.
All right, so again, tonight's final score from Lloyd Schneider Stadium, William Rice Field, Monroe Cheesemakers 22, McFarland Spartans 6. And this would be on Friday night, March 26, 2021. And again, thanks to Stephanie Miller, our head director, Nick Boom Boom Mache, Andrew Day, Benny Becks, and Mr. Patrick Hasty. So again, thanks for a great production tonight. So until we meet you again tonight and so long, God bless you, stay healthy. And so long from McFarland, Wisconsin, USA.